Tom Sawyer is rather sweet. This is an animated feature film from 2000. It's directed by Paul Sabella and Phil Mendez, with a voice cast including Rhett Akins, Mark Wills, Hynden Walch, Ann Womack, Clea Lewis, and various others. We also have Betty White as well, which I didn't know until I started watching it, and then I heard the character's voice, and I thought, that's Betty White. So that was a really lovely surprise for me. And this is, of course, based on The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain, but it's definitely different, primarily because the characters are anthropomorphic animals, and the animation for this is adorable. The character designs are really good fun. They're really sweet. They're really, really beautiful. And of course, it focuses on Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn and some of their classmates, including a character called Becky. And the story is about the adventures they have and the opportunities to build their friendship, test their friendship, and maybe even find more than friendship. The overarching narrative itself isn't the most interesting. It is a nice adventure story. It does have a nice adventure feel to it, but I wasn't too concerned about any of the specifics or any of the problems the characters got into. I won't spoil it by going into too much detail. It does get quite intense towards, I'd say, the final third. I think things get a little bit more, not necessarily gripping. I wasn't on the edge of my seat, but certainly maybe a little bit more predictable. I wasn't sure how certain things would resolve, and that was a bit more fascinating, but everything else was so great that I still really thoroughly enjoyed this. The animation is so beautiful. The voice acting is obviously really great. The music is so lovely. We have some really great musical numbers. It's an absolute joy to listen to, and it's a really, really sweet experience. That being said, if you're brand new to Tom Sawyer, I would not recommend this as an introduction, but if you're already a fan of the story, or even if you're not, I feel like you could still really enjoy this, even if you don't like Tom Sawyer in general, because obviously it is quite different in a lot of ways. On the surface, it's just a cute story about some young animals, and you don't really need to care for Tom Sawyer as a concept or as a character at all. But obviously, if you like Tom Sawyer, this could be a fun way to explore the characters in a slightly different way with some slightly different appearances. It's a fun, sweet, lovely musical animation, and obviously with a great voice cast, including the wonderful Betty White there. It is a real treat to listen to. It's beautiful to look at. As I said, I wasn't overly invested in the narrative, but there's certainly nothing wrong with it, and there were a couple of aspects here and there that were quite interesting. So in general, I had a lot of fun with it. I doubt I'd ever watch it again, but as a one-time watch, Tom Sawyer was quite delightful.